Hi, you guys. Hopefully, you can hear me. Hope you're having a good Friday so far. So, I have a few stories that I want to come to you guys with tonight. So, like I told you, I've been having issues uploading videos, and this one I'm probably going to come live and try to cover that one as well before the story is gone. But I wanted to touch on this video that this a snippet of the interview with uh, Lemuel Plummer, who is the CEO of Zeus Network. And Zeus Network, to my understanding, is like a streaming service. It's like Netflix, I guess. And it hosts the new show Bad Boys Club and this cabaret, Jocelyn's Cabaret, and One More Chance. Chance from New York show. He had a show on there as well. And I think Black China and her mother also had programming on there. Now, those were the most popular shows that I am familiar with, right? And so I will have to agree with Funky Dineva in the point that he was trying to make to him. But what I'm going to do is play just a conversation, the snippet of what I heard of their interview. I'm not saying I have the full interview. I don't know how far their conversation went, but I just wanted to touch on this again because I touched on this in my video when I was talking about. Carry On Franklin. So it was kind of interesting that this came up again, but I'm gonna let you guys hear what he had to say and then I'll come back.
I know you heard, the statement that I made about your platform. That's probably a much part of the reason why you're here. For those who have not seen it, we got a clip. Let's take a look. I am very proud of the fact that we got a black brother that has built a network that and it is profitable and he's getting shine. But to be quite frankly, brother, you built your network on trash. You built your network on trash and you set our culture, as far as I'm concerned, with all those pieces of programming, you set us backwards. So maybe this is the chain of events needed for Zeus to take a small shift in direction. So that being said, how did you feel seeing that clip? Because I'm sure everybody sent it to you. And what's your rebuttal to that?
I really didn't feel anything. I mean, look, you're entitled to your opinion. I don't agree with you at all. Our customers don't enjoy garbage. I don't agree. I think our customers are intelligent enough to understand what they're consuming. You know what I mean? So you saying it's garbage and trash, that's one person's perspective. I don't understand how you quantify or qualify trash. How do you qualify trash? I don't understand that. Are you talking violence, sex, drugs, etc.? I mean, if that's the case, then all of Hollywood is trash. Every production, every show, every network is trash. And then we should probably watch TV and the word network every day.
I mean, we could honestly sit here and play a game of words all day long, but
it's not words. It's not words. You said our programming and the network is trash. Mm-hmm. I invested my own money to create a black-owned network because we're usually not given these opportunities, to be in a position where we actually can distribute content, fund, finance, invest in programming. And so I didn't really think about it. It wasn't like, I wasn't like sitting around sad, or upset. I mean, it is annoying. I'm a little vexed by it. However, I will say this. It's like for me, it's like this specific show. Your show is called TGIF. T. You're talking about. I just watched your segment, right? You guys talked about Will Smith and Jada Pinkett. You're talking about negativity all day, right? Negative news. You know what I'm saying? You didn't highlight Samuel Jackson's or Quest. What's the guy's name? Questlove. You didn't spend a whole segment talking about how that was Samuel Jackson's first Oscar. You spent all the entire segment talking about Will Smith and Jada Pinkett, and giving your commentary. So in a sense, TGIF is trash. Or maybe, maybe you're an association. Maybe you're an affiliate of Zeus. I'm confused. You know what I mean? So what are you saying?
Okay, so Mr. Plummer, hold on, Al. Mr. Plummer, obviously, how convenient of you. You cherry picked one example of one particular segment. This show, we cover a vast array of topics, both intellectual and garbage. I mean, it is a gossip show. You, on the other hand, I took a moment. Hold on. I let you finish, so let me finish. Sure. I took a minute to go through all of your programming on your show, right? Because I didn't even know that you had.
Okay.
But I find it odd that in your speech you use the word intellect, right, or intelligent. Our viewers are intelligent, and I'm not doubting that. But of all of your shows that get Zeus the most ratings, you got Baddies, you got Jocelyn's Cabaret, Boys, Los Angeles, you had Black China, you had One More Chance. I'd like to think that those are your most popular shows. You can't sit here and pretend like there is not a reverberating theme that goes throughout all of those shows. And it is extreme fighting and violence that surpasses what we see on normal cable. And it seems to be that is a large part of your success. That's low-hanging fruit, in my opinion. I could go out right now with the camera, throw water on homeless people, make a show out of it, and it would skyrocket. Doesn't mean it's right.
You're completely wrong. You don't own a network. You're not a CEO of a network, and you're not in my position. So I respect what you're saying. However, I don't agree with you. I don't think our audience is trash. I do think that the customers are intelligent enough to understand, again, like I said, what they're consuming. They understand. You're basically saying the audience is stupid, right?
No, I'm not saying
that. We have a ton of subscribers, right? They understand what they're consuming. You know what I'm saying? And so I think when you actually watch the shows, you reference Black China, you reference Bad Boys LA, you reference Jocelyn, you reference Patty. I mean, there's a lot of other storylines. It has multiple components. It's not just salacious or conflict driven. You know what I mean? It is. Some of our shows, in some of the storylines, have heart. It's real, it's raw, it's uncensored, it's unfiltered, I mean, we have tons of shows. Some of our hit shows happen to be some of the ones that are a little bit more louder and provocative, but we have over 60 plus shows on the platform that you don't even talk about, short form content from influencers and all sorts of folks. So I'm just saying we have a diverse, I'm sorry?
Because no one watches those.
Let me jump in here.
Do you understand what I'm, okay, so you just proved my point. You just said no one watches those.
Can I ask a question? Can I ask you a question?
Well, anyway, we don't know what Al was getting ready to ask. So I don't know what Al was going to say. So this is just coming from me because like I said, I was already speaking on this myself, why I will not subscribe to Zeus. Because, and I understand Funky Not Even said because people are not watching those, but also no one knows about them. So where's the advertisement for all these shows that you claim that don't have all this negativity driving it? Because a lot of these shows have negativity driving them. You're making fun of people being gay, which I think he's gay himself. You're making fun of people being gay. Then you're crying victim. And if somebody says anything about somebody being gay or trans or whatever, then you have people on there fighting, women fighting over men, people pulling hair out, men putting their hands on women. Jocelyn doing all the stuff that she's known to do. So when you even hire her, what all is going to come with it, right? And just everything, that goes along with her. Okay. So all of that stuff it breeds negativity. Okay. And you can say, and it's just kind of like this whole YouTube thing as well, right? But the difference is with YouTube and probably Zeus and some of these other networks or streaming services, I don't know, because I'm not into all of this stuff. I'm not a TV person. I said this 1,000 times. I am a music person. Okay. I'm not really, I've never been that way. Even as a child, I've never been caught up on the TV or caught up on all of this stuff once it came. So I don't know. But I was looking on their page, and the shows that he named are the shows that are there. So make it make sense, Mr. Lemuel. And I really felt like they should have called him on the carpet about that, because you're not advertising the shows that you're claiming that are not salacious. Okay, where's the advertisement for these shows? And why are you not trying to put these people out front, have them introduced on these blogs, which I'm more than positive you have relationships with, the Shade Room, the Neighborhood Talk, and whomever else, right? And like I said, it is similar to YouTube in that you can come to YouTube and you can go wild and crazy on people talking crazy all day if that's what you want to do. If you want to sit here and listen to everybody going in and going off on everybody, you really could do that. If you want to sit here and watch people dox people and bully other YouTubers, you could do that here. If you're into all of that, you can find all of that here. But then YouTube is also such a big ocean to where if you want to learn about hair, but buying wigs or doing makeup and learning how to fish and learning how to cook and this, that, and the other, all of these things are here. People are not just talking about salacious stuff here as well. You can also talk about politics here. You have people talking about moving to the motherland, going to the motherland for the first time, people having conversations and dialogues about learning new languages. All kind of stuff is here on YouTube, okay? And so that's the difference. What he was trying to say is, why not broaden your palette? Like, why is it that you want us to be proud that you're a black man that owns a network, but then look what you're presenting, and then a lot of these people that's on there ain't even black anyway. And so it's what I keep telling you guys, people using this fake black stuff because they know that some people are going to get emotional about hearing that, and they're just going to invest because they want to see black people win. Okay, but then when you get to the channel, half the people on there are not black, they ignorant, they don't respect us or our community. And then you're trying to tell us that we're supposed to keep paying you for this type of foolishness. Because first of all, that's another thing about Zeus, y'all lead with colorism. We can go, I mean, they could have really went in on him. So he was over there talking to the right people. Yeah, I'm not the one, two, three, or four, five, or six. I'm sorry. You could do better. And that's just greed at the end of the day. That's just greed. That's about greed. That's about you thinking, just like I said, because people have been coming here for a long time to YouTube, and you seeing people like Tasha K and Tommy Sotomayor and all these people blowing up for being messy and putting people's business out here, putting lies out here, doing all kind of other stuff, doxing people, bullying people. You can come to YouTube and find out, and you're just trying to play off all of that on top of people like VH1 and other cable channels who started bringing all that nonsense as well, right? But then at the same time, VH1 was known for music at one time for many years. They only had music videos on there. MTV was the cable channel that broke reality TV. I think we all know that. It was with The Real World, right? Back in the 90s. So they're the ones who broke reality TV. VH1 did not have reality TV on there for a long time. And then they finally started to do what the other channels were doing. Also, these channels are all falling under Viacom, to my understanding, right? So they all have the same blueprint. They're all going to have the same stuff, or sit down and think, well, this is how we're going to make money by doing this. Why, as Black people, can we not do our own thing? Can we not understand our own needs and stop worrying about what other people are doing? Because there's more than one way to skin a cat and more than one way to make money. Being greedy by taking the cheap route, like he said, I'm not going to call it trash because I'm not trying to disrespect nobody. But I will say that I love the casting for Bad Boys. I just would have liked to see that casting in a different environment. Okay, I love seeing Andrew get a chance. I love seeing Carry On and Gutta K and all these people that I do know and follow on Instagram get an opportunity. But I think that we didn't need to see them slinging mud and blood coming out of people's mouths and all of that stuff. And like I said, we need to learn how to stop being followers. Just because you see Viacom and whoever else doing stuff, don't mean that we have to do it. Because BET didn't even start like that. I don't even know if BET is even like that anyway. But they definitely didn't start like that. It was not, that channel was not like that when it was under Bob Johnson. And then when he started doing whatever, he was at the point of selling it anyway, right? So I don't know. It was just weird how he tried to kind of throw stuff back on them. And then even with Fox Soul is they're on there gossiping. The queens of cocktails kind of do pop culture as well. But for the most part, the people on Fox Soul are 30 and up, and they're not on there talking about a bunch of salacious stuff. That was not a true statement. Okay, just because you could say that about TGIF, do not mean you can say that about all of Fox Soul. Now, I said what I said on that. I don't think that way about Fox. So you guys can let me know how you feel about it and how you feel about what he had to say. Because I feel like that was just a cop out. Like I said, people can't be looking for all this black pride when you out here leading with nonsense. So I'm sorry. That's it and that's all. I'm past growing. And I think that's what Funky Dineva was trying to say. Like maybe you have a certain audience who have a lot of negativity going on in their life. That's why they want to see it. Sometimes people get off on other people's problems to keep them off of their own problems, right? I know we've all heard that before. When misery loves company. And so people want to see all of that stuff because maybe it just takes their mind off of their own situations. I don't know, but I don't really know what the lesson that is supposed to come out of some of this stuff that he is putting on here. And then the whole way that they're saying this whole Jocelyn Cabaret situation ended, make that make sense how that is beneficial to the Black community. Okay, please do that for me. Yeah, they let him off easy with all of that. You're not going to be able to talk to everybody like that with that nonsense because what Funky Dineva is pointing out was real. You should be able to have some diversity over there. There is Terrell, a young guy named Terrell that's here on YouTube who has a large following. There's what's the name? Goddamn Zoe. You could even come and get Tasha K. She'd have changed her whole tune anyway. It's people that he could come and get and set up some different formats where everybody's not windmilling by the end of the show or at the reunion. You guys understand what I'm saying? It's just other routes to take. He could put together some of these young people that are already doing traveling journals and hire them. He could take the makeup, the whole fashion scene. We don't have that in our community for us. It's a lot of stuff that we could tap into because we don't have it. Okay. So missing with the nonsense, you don't know what people are going to watch because we don't have it. And that's the truth of the matter. So you can't say what people are going to watch and what they're not going to watch when you're not doing anything. And if you have all this other programming, why are you not advertising it? That's it and that's all. Let me know what you guys think on this topic because I got to come back to some other stuff. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about what he had to say. A lot of times, everything in Hollywood kind of reminds me of that speech from Malcolm X. It's like throwing a steak in a lion's den when it comes to Black folks. When people don't have stuff and they just want to get it real quick, they're willing to do anything to get it. And then they want you to understand that as the excuse because, they just really wanted the money, right? And I think that's kind of what he's doing, and let me just drop the subject, but let me know what you guys think about the whole conversation. Cause like I said, I had just brought this up myself. And I'll see you guys in the next video.